Grants for the month of October. So this month, we have many grants, from startup grants to $15,000 grants to $75,000 grants, and grants in many states. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Rinde from AskRinde, and welcome to the #1 community for real estate income, grants, and credit. So if you'd like to know what these new grants are for the month of October, those that are expiring, they need to apply now. Make sure you watch the video to the end and leave a comment below if you need help with anything. So we're going to be sharing with you new grants every month, from startup grants to self-employed grants to SBA grants to home-based business grants to short-term grants to rolling grants to fast grants to financial need grants and much more. And we're going to be updating our calendar section at my website AskRinde.com, where you can actually download October's grants list, and you can view our calendar section for the latest updates on grants. Also, our grants masterclass is now open. So if you'd like to learn more of how to properly position your business to receive grants on an ongoing basis consistently as an income stream into your business, make sure you join us for our grants masterclass by going to my website at AskRinde.com, clicking on grants, and getting started today. Number 1, Texas, the Start Her Grant, $5,000 in grants. So the Center for Women Entrepreneurs recently launched a new round of their Start Her grant program. So women entrepreneurs are growing all across the country, and these grants are specifically for current and aspiring women entrepreneurs based in Texas to help them grow their businesses as well as launch out new projects. So this grant is actually specifically targeting 25 businesses with $5,000 grants each, and this is their 9th round of administering the Start Her grant program. They've actually been consistent in giving monies to women to be able to help them grow their businesses, spawn new projects, and be innovative in their businesses. So to qualify and apply for this $5,000 grant, your business must meet the following criteria. Number 1, your business must be 51% women-owned. Number 2, you must be a U.S. resident or permanent resident alien status. Number 3, you must be located in Texas. And number 4, you must be current on taxes. So the application process for this $5,000 grant opened on September 22nd, and the deadline to apply is October 22nd at 5 p.m. So if you'd like to apply for this grant, you can get more information by going directly to their website at twu.edu/center-women-entrepreneurs/Start Her. Number 2, Oklahoma, DURANT, $5,000 in grants. So the city of DURANT just recently announced new one-time $5,000 grants for small businesses. So the DURANT Industrial Authority is currently accepting applications from small businesses throughout that location for grants for renovations as well as marketing. Now the unique thing about this grant program is that it's actually a replenishable grant, meaning that they actually have grant funds allocated of $200,000 in grants. And once the grant funds are depleted with this one-time grant, it's actually going to be replenished. So they actually have extra funds set aside for small businesses, and they're going to constantly replenish the funds as the funds run out and grants are taken by small businesses. So this is actually a unique opportunity to be able to seize the opportunity to actually have full renovations of your businesses in that location, as well as marketing to be able to help grow your business. Now to qualify and to apply for this $5,000 grant, your business must meet the following criteria. Number 1, your business must have participated in DIA's boot camp earlier this year. And number 2, your business must have 15 employees or less. Now there's also additional criteria that may need to be met in order to qualify for this grant. So the deadline to apply for this grant is October 20th, and you can get more information and apply for this $5,000 grant by going directly to their website at ok-durant.org. Number 3, WEAVERVILLE, North Carolina, $500 to $2,500 in grants. So the WEAVERVILLE Business Association recently announced a new micro grant program for small businesses. Now the grant program is actually called the WEAVERVILLE Business Association Micro Grant Program. Now this program is actually being sponsored by Duke Energy Foundation Grant Program. Duke Energy has actually had a major impact in this location, and they've actually had several grant programs that they've administered and also participated in. So the target with this grant program is to actually help small businesses with economic impact, helping them to be able to navigate the current environment that we see all around the country, which is struggling to keep their businesses afloat, meet payroll, and also hire new staff. And they're giving these micro grants to local businesses. So to qualify and to apply for this $500 to $2,500 in grants, your business must meet the following criteria. Number one, you must be a for-profit business. Number two, your business must have less than 50 employees. And number three, you must be a storefront. So they're actually focusing on businesses that have a footprint in the area. They actually want tangible businesses that they can give these micro grants to. So the application process for this $500 to $2,500 in micro grants starts on October 15th, and the deadline to apply for it is November 15th. And you can get more information and apply for these grants by going directly to their website at visitweaverville.com. You can also email them directly at visitweaverville@gmail.com. Number 4, Newnan, Georgia, $2,400 to $18,000 in grants. So the Newnan-Coweta Chamber of Commerce recently announced a new small business micro grant program. Now they've allocated about $861,000 in grants to administer through 2 grant programs, one for economic development and another along the lines of training. So the goal with these grant programs is to help their small businesses with their digital outreach, e-commerce, as well as skill training, basically focusing on digitally underrepresented businesses to help them scale up. As we know, most consumers are actually moving online and most businesses are disadvantaged. So they aim with this program to be able to actually flip the script and help them actually get advancement digitally, to be able to get generated sales as well as new customers that they can acquire via online. So these $2,400 to $18,000 in grants are being administered by the Chamber of Commerce in partnership with the University of Georgia's Small Business Development Center. So to qualify to apply for these grants, your business must meet the following criteria. Number 1, your business must have 25 employees or less. And number 2, your business must be located in Georgia. Now we're actually giving you this information early because the application process opens up in March of 2023 and runs through December of 2023. But this gives you a lot of time to be able to prepare so you can start to target these grants, these micro grants in Georgia for your business. This is actually a good thing because you actually have the time to prepare. Many times in these grant bodies, they actually want you to be current in taxes. So you have the time to be able to get in good standing and make sure that you're shored up and ready to apply. So you can actually get more information and apply for these $2,400 to $18,000 in grants by going directly to their website at NewnanCowetaChamber.org. Number 5, South Florida, Comcast Rise Grants, $10,000 in grants. So the Comcast Rise Investment Fund is back at it again. You've heard me talk many times here about the Comcast Rise Grants. We've covered it on our channel and all our platforms and all the locations that they've actually administered grants in, from Washington, D.C. to other locations. This time, they're actually in South Florida, in Miami-Dade and Broward counties to be exact. So the Comcast Rise Grants has actually had great impact on small businesses, specifically businesses owned by people of color, Black, Hispanic, and also women-owned businesses. And the goal is to really help these businesses grow. They're actually very inspirational and they've given businesses a lot of hope. We've been covering them for the last 2 years because they actually have administered a multi-year grant. And they're administering these grants through their multi-year initiative. To date, they've given out over $91 million in grants and impacted over 9,500 small businesses. So in this location, they've given out over $2 million so far. And for this round, they're giving $1 million to 100 businesses for a total of $10,000 in grants each. So to apply for this grant and to qualify, your business must meet the following criteria. Number 1, your business must have been in business for at least 3 years. Number 2, your business must have less than 25 employees. And number 3, your business must be 51% women or people of color owned. So the grant window for this Comcast Rise grant is going to be October 3rd through October 16th. And you can get more information and apply for these $10,000 grants if you're in the South Florida area of Broward County as well as Miami-Dade County by going directly to their website at ComcastRise.com. Number 6, Omaha, Nebraska, $10,000 in grants. So the Nebraska Hispanic Chamber of Commerce recently announced a new $10,000 grant program for small businesses. Now the Chamber of Commerce was prompted to launch this small business grant program because they actually received many inquiries and complaints for small businesses in that location, claiming that they were actually behind on rent. struggling to meet payroll as well as lack money for marketing. So they decided to actually launch this grant program to help these businesses, to help them with marketing, help them with growth, and help them to keep their doors open and stop them from closing. And these $10,000 grants are being sponsored by FISRF through AEO Works. AEO Works is one of the key grant sources, and we actually have a lot of information on them in our resource area. So the focus on this particular grant is on Latino-based and Latino-owned businesses through their Back to Business campaign. They actually have a campaign focusing on growth of small businesses. Now this particular grant is actually going to be focusing on Latino-led, Latino-owned businesses. So to qualify to apply for this $10,000 grant, your business must meet the following criteria. Number one, your business must be minority owned. So any minority can actually apply for this particular grant. And number two, your business must be located in Nebraska. So the deadline to apply for this grant is December 31st. And you can get more information and apply for this $10,000 grant by going directly to their website at aeoworks.org. Number 7, Topeka, Kansas, $25,000 in grants. So Governor Laura Kelly recently announced a new Small Business Research and Development Acceleration Grants. So this is actually a match grant program meant to help the Kansas economy boom. And this is a match grant program made available through the Kansas Department of Commerce. And the goal with this grant is to actually advance the product or service to commercialization, thereby actually growing the business as well as the local economy. So to qualify to apply for these $25,000 match grants, your business must meet the following criteria. Number one, you need to know that these are 50-50 match grants. So oftentimes when we talk about match grants, the ratios differ. In this case, this is actually a 50-50 match grant. So there will be some funds that you'll need to bring to the table in order to match funds for the grants to be executed. Number two, your business must be located in Kansas. And number three, you must have 50 employees or less. So the deadline to apply for this Research and Development Acceleration Grant is October 17th, and you can get more information by going directly to their website at kansascommerce.gov/RD Acceleration Grants. Number 8, Scranton, Pennsylvania, Lackawanna County, $10,000 in grants. So the city of Scranton recently set aside $1.7 million in grants for small businesses. And they're actually going to be administering these grants through 2 grant programs. One being a business facade grant program, where they're actually going to allow you to be able to do improvements to your business facade with 25% match funds. So that's actually going to be a match fund business grant, where you can actually put up very little money but get a lot of improvements done to the facade of your business. The second grant program is going to be their new business startup grant program. Now this is actually for new businesses that are opening. As we're seeing, there are many startup grants circulating all around the country, and Scranton is actually trying to make an imprint by encouraging those who are aspiring to open new businesses to actually give them a jump start. So this is actually very welcome news to a lot of people who are actually looking to actually get their start by getting this grant to be able to jump start and start their career or start their businesses in the location. So to qualify to apply for this $10,000 in grants, your business must meet the following criteria based on the grant program that you're going for. Number 1, your business must be located in Scranton. Number 2, your business must have been in business for at least 3 years. Number 3, your business must be current on taxes. And number 4, your business must provide proof of insurance. It's extremely important. They actually want to see proof of insurance for your business. So the grant application and the process opens up on September 23rd. And if you'd like to apply for these $10,000 in grants, whether you're going for the business facade grant or you're actually going to be going for the small business startup grant, you can actually go directly to their website at scrantonpa.gov/ARPA. Number 9, Alibaba Manifest Grant Program, $10,000 in grants. So Alibaba has once again launched their Manifest Grant Program, administered by Hello Alice. So they've set aside about $750,000 this round to be able to go to 50 businesses that have innovative product ideas as well as strategies. So the goal is to actually encourage small businesses with product ideas and strategies, because that fosters a good business environment. So the grant is actually allocated in 2 portions: $10,000 in cash grants for a total of $500,000 and $5,000 in logistics support for a total of $250,000. So to qualify to apply for this $10,000 grant, your business must meet the following criteria. Number 1, your business must be registered in the U.S. And number 2, your business must have a new or existing innovative physical product that's launching in the next 6 months. So the deadline to apply for this $10,000 grant is October 31st at 6 p.m. And you can get more information and apply for these grants by going directly to their website at helloalice.com/grants/Alibaba. Number 10, Calaveras County, California. $15,000, $30,000, and $50,000 in grants. So Calaveras County received a community development block grant for small businesses. So these are actually small business relief grants. They've actually set aside over $144,000 in grants to help small businesses with economic challenges. Now I must commend Calaveras County on this grant program because it's a very generous grant program. So as I've been sharing all around the country, that grant programs are giving out grants based on revenue loss. And this grant program is the same. So they actually have 3 tiers. For tier 1, they're giving out grants based on $30,000 or more in revenue loss or 20% net revenue loss. For tier 2, they're giving out grants based on $15,000 to $29,999 in revenue loss or 10% revenue loss. And for tier 3, they're giving out grants from $5,000 to $15,000 in net revenue loss or 5% revenue loss. So to qualify to apply for this grant, your business must meet the following criteria. Number 1, your business must be located in the unincorporated areas of Calaveras County. And number 2, your business must show financial impact as a result of the pandemic. So as I shared, this grant is actually based off revenue loss. So you're actually going to fit in one of those tiers based off your revenue loss. So you actually have to demonstrate it. So the grant application opens up on September 26th. Now one thing to keep in mind, this is actually going to run into October, but it's actually a first come, first served basis. Once the grant application opens up on September 26th, you want to make sure that you're applying for these $15,000, $30,000, and $50,000 in grants. So to get more information to apply for these grants, you can go directly to their website at econdev.calaverasgov.us/resources/small-business-grants. So these are just a few of the new grants for the month of October. We couldn't include all the grants around the country as we try not to keep the videos too long. So if you would like to get and download our full list of grants for the month of October, make sure you check out our resource area at my website, AskRinde.com. Our resource area is bar none one of the top sources for grants all around the country. From small business grants, to startup grants, to private grants, to rolling grants, to short-term grants, to long-term grants, and much more. Also, our Grants Masterclass is now open. So if you'd like to get access to the top masterclass for grants, to learn how to position yourself and your business to receive grants consistently coming into your business as an income stream, make sure you go to my website at AskRinde.com, click on grants, and get started today. We have students from all around the country reaping the benefits of this top masterclass and learning how to position themselves for grants and get grants consistently coming into your business as an income stream. So we'd like to actually share more with you, and we'd love to see you inside the masterclass. So make sure you go to my website at AskRinde.com, click on grants, and get started today. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. You can also email me. My email address is AskRindeNetwork@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.